Oh, nice, nice. I mean, it probably takes a minute. I
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
tripping, man. I'm just chilling here. I got my Miller cracked open and ready
Heck
in
yeah,
high
heck yeah.
definition. This is the 9 to 5 Boys HD dish.
Sorry, I just
Um,
realized my mic was on mute, so I don't know if the recording got that. But viewers out there, I just got Helldivers 2, just finished the training exercise. I'm going to start playing at some point with my boys. That's going to be great.
Hell yeah, dude. That's exciting.
And Gil's
Nice.
got his Miller Lite. Hell yes.
I'm ready for the pod. Ready for the pod.
Oh, speaking of
God,
which, I should probably go grab my beer. I'll be right back.
you should go get that.
I'll be right back.
Sure.
We're going south of the border on this one, viewers. I got Pacifico, baby.
Oh, hell yeah. Works at a brewery,
Hell.
drinks cheap beer. Hell yeah.
What's that?
Works at a brewery, drinks cheap beer. Hell yeah.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. That's just how I be, man. That's just how I be.
I I kid you not, dude. I just stocked up on alcohol. Um, I have like 32 high noons in my fridge, and then like 30 beers in my fridge.
Oh
So
my
I'm like
god.
stuck. It's all the bottom shelf is just alcohol, and that's how I want to keep it.
That's incredible, bro.
And there's so much on the, the fucking ground. There's some on the door. Um,
Oh, that's amazing, bro. That's amazing.
it's kind of a bit much, but anyhow, this is why we're drinking one to try to reduce the size.
Cheers.
Mm. Cheers to you, man. Did that to the camera earlier. So, God, we haven't recorded for a month. We have a month to catch up on stuff. Eventful life has happened. I took like three
Yeah.
of my three vacations. I get what's nice about my job is I'm now at a level in my job of seniority where I get 5 weeks vacation throughout the year that I can use, um, which is really nice. So I was able to like I took a weekend off to go to Florida because Straight Jacket was playing Welcome to Rockville,
Oh,
which
heck
was
yeah.
dope. That was super cool to hang out with them, hang out backstage, catch a bunch of bands, get to meet the lead singer of the Chance. It was a whole adventure, man. Florida is very interesting. Um, we spent,
Was it pretty hot in Florida, or was it pretty, like, just,
dude. It's okay. So you read about this all the time, or you hear about it all the time as well. Is people are like, oh, it's the humidity. It's not the heat; it's the humidity that gets you. And like, yeah, it's hot down there. I mean, the hottest day was luckily the day we landed, so it was like we only got to experience that for a few waking hours because it was all day traveling. So Friday we flew out, and it's like our first flight left from here in the Bay at like 7 in the morning. No, 6:30 in the morning, and then we landed in Texas 12 o'clock their time. 12:30. We had like about no, I think it was 12. Had about like a 2 hour layover in Austin, Texas, which would be so it's a 4 hour flight from the Bay to Texas, and then it was a connecting flight from there to Florida to Orlando, Florida, um, which it was another 3.5 hours, and then um, from there we picked up a rental, drove from from Orlando, which is north of Daytona Beach, down to Daytona Beach, which is about an hour 20 with traffic, apparently. So it was like an hour, almost an hour and a half to get down there, and then we like were venturing around trying to find dinner. And then we thought we found a Cane's that was open. They were under construction, about to be
ah.
open, but there were no signs, so I was very mad. I was like, damn it, I want some Raisin Canes. But I got some this last weekend in Anaheim, but I'll get to that eventually, because again, lots of traveling this May. Um, so then we finally got to the hotel around like 9 Florida time, which would be 6 o'clock here. And then like 2 hours later, we passed out. We all collectively slept 11 hours. We didn't wake up till 10 the next day. Um,
See, that seems to be, like, the running theme. Like, because last time you and I traveled, us and the gang just pretty much, like, passed out asleep in the hotel room for, like,
we took a collective nap, but
yeah.
we didn't sleep for like that long the next night. The nap was necessary. We were just
Yeah.
tired from traveling. We have such a shift in time and in movement, and I didn't sleep well on the flight to England. That was
Well,
horrendous.
especially since they took their sweet time getting our hotel rooms together, so
Oh
we
yeah, that's right. We had to wait. We had to wait all morning.
we pretty much crashed in, Austin and Chris's room, like, on the floor. Like,
Yeah, when you were on the floor, I like laid on the bed.
yeah,
Um,
it was wild.
it was nuts. And then so no, we woke up the next day. But the day wasn't wasted, so we went for brunch, and then we went to the boardwalk, which was cool. We spent like 45 minutes fighting for parking. It was busy. It was a Saturday though, so like in the summer. So
Yeah, you
and
kind of
there's a
only have
festival
yourself
in
to
town.
blame. So yeah.
Yeah, and there's a festival in town, so there's tourists for sure.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that Saturday was cool. So we went to the boardwalk, and then we checked out the Barnes and Noble because my girlfriend and the friend we went with, they both work there, and then we went for dinner and met up with the band back at the hotel because our hotel, dude, was like right on the beach. So we like you look at the deck and like the beach is right there. You go past the pool area, it's easy access. So we caught sunset at the beach with everybody, hung out there. That was lovely, and then we went mini golfing, which was super fun because we driving into the hotel. So the hotel is like on the beach on a strip of kind of not island, but it's like you go over a bridge and it's a whole nother like little separation of water. Anyway,
Well, yeah, because those
um,
are like the keys, right? So yeah.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And so um, we driving in, we saw like three different mini golf courses, and we were like, "Oh, we should try them." One said they had like live gators. We didn't go to that one. I mean, that would have been nuts to say if they were actual live gators. There probably is. Who knows? I don't know. But we went to this cute pirate themed one and
Oh,
had
that's
fun.
awesome.
And then the next day was the festival, so we caught the band set, and then we got backstage with them and like got to get a free meal. We 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 went to we were backstage for Magnolia Park and for the Chats, and then like later that night I met the lead singer of the Chats. Shout out
Yeah.
Eamon, bro.
Eamon
He
Sandwith, what
was
a fucking guy. What a
what a G
Chad.
man. He was so funny. He was talking shit about other bands. He was so drunk. He was awesome. He was just so real, and it was so nice to get to meet him. And he's like, yeah, it was awesome. It was sick, and he was gassing up the guys because he was apparently in the crowd for that set, which is crazy. So it was super cool, man. He was super dope. And then
Oh, that's
we
awesome.
caught Breaking Benjamin's set in the crowd. We
Yo, dude, that's fucking sick.
They were nuts, man. They were shredding. They played Evil Angel and Diary of Jane and like a bunch of other good tracks, of
Dude.
course. But like those were sick. Those were like the songs I was wanting them to play.
I
And
fucking want to
then
be in the crowd when they play Diary of Jane live, because that shit probably goes dummy hard.
it went hard, bro. The shit was nuts. And then what also went nuts was the Sum 41 show right after, dude. We were
Ooh.
backstage for that, and we like got to see people crowd surfing and shit and going nuts, dude.
Dude.
Festivals are fun, man. There was a group of guys. There was this one dude dressed as a banana, and there were three monkeys, and they weren't all together. They were just, I think, they stumbled upon each other because I think the three monkey bros were like trying to like go find a banana bro and fuck around with him, and they
Yeah.
did, and it was sick and it was hilarious. Um, anyway, so it was yeah, the festival was awesome. Welcome to Rockville was dope. It was very sweaty, very warm that day, but I wore a sun shirt, so I didn't get sunburned. Um, and I put on sunscreen and stuff, and I was protecting myself. And I had a bucket hat that was tie dye that said Daytona Beach that I bought the day before the boardwalk. Got some merch.
That's good,
Um,
man. That's good.
and then the flight home was like, it was fine. It was like we had to check out the hotel at 11:30, go return the car at 1:30, up in Orlando. So we had to drive an hour back to the airport, deliver the car. But then the
Jesus.
flight was until 5:30, which later got delayed. That was a whole thing. Um, so we had to hang out at the airport for like 5 hours, and then we finally flew out to Austin. We were trying to get on our connecting flight. Luckily, that was delayed, and then we got into SJC at like 11:30 that night, which was fine. And then, yeah, we were just tired. And the next day, I got a little tattoo. Got this nice little ghosty guy. Let me see if I can hold him to the camera.
Yeah, the ghost that's literally going boo,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I thought that would be funny.
boo.
Um, so, and then the next vacation, so I went down to go see you guys 2 weeks ago now, almost
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. Holy cow! For Memorial Day weekend, that was really chill. So we got down the first day. We went out for dinner, right? We did. What did we do on that Friday?
I'm honestly trying to remember.
That Friday was a blur, but I
Yeah.
remember that Saturday we went, or no, that Saturday I drove down. So Saturday night I don't remember. Sunday was Morro Bay, and then Luna Red downtown. That was sick.
Yeah,
That was cool.
exactly. Yeah.
And then driving back Monday, so that was a busy weekend. And then this last weekend, I went to Disneyland. So we drove down Friday, and we got to the hotel around like 6:30. I want to say something 6:30, something like that. And then we'd been driving like all day, made a couple pit stops, which was chill, and then we eventually crashed. So whenever I go with my girlfriend to Disneyland, she's a very like early bird, like get there like near opening and spend like all day in the park, don't leave till after the fireworks type of thing, which like those don't go off until like 9:30. So like and the park opens at 8, so you're spending like over 12 hours at the park all day. I got in like 22,000 steps on the first day, 20,000 steps the next day, or almost 20,000 I think. And then so it's just like it's a long day thing, which is good because you get a lot, or you get as much as you can in. But it's also like it's a busy day. It's a lot of walking and you're tired. And so I was beat after the first day, and like I felt a little better the next day to go to because there's the two parks. There's the Disneyland Park and the California Adventure Park, which I honestly, tell you the truth, I like California Adventure more. There's not as much to do, but that's kind of the nice thing about it is like and there's a lot more things that I think fit kind of my favorite parts of Disney. Like there's the Avengers Campus. Well, I mean Disneyland has Galaxy's Edge, which is the Star Wars part of the park, which is sick. California Adventure has Pixar Pier, so you got the Incredicoaster, which is probably my favorite roller coaster at all the parks. That one's sick. It's great. It was fun. We did a lot. We ate a lot. We snacked a lot. Because California Adventure. Well, so Disneyland is doing their. I guess they do this at random. They do what's called Pixar Fest, where they celebrate all the Pixar movies and do a lot of things themed around that. Oh, the thing I also like about California Adventure, speaking of Pixar, is they have Cars Lands. They remade Radiator Springs in real life. So they got like all the buildings. You got the actual street. You got some great rides within it, which is super fun. They got the Cozy Cone, which you can get food and all that sort of stuff at, hang out at, which is dope. Um,
Nice.
so we snacked a bunch around, and they have for Pixar Fest they have a bunch of these food stands based around like the different movies. So there was a Luna or Luca stand. There was a Ratatouille stand called Gusteau's. They had the Turning Red stand that's like Four Town, the boy band that's in the movie. They have a fucking Elemental table, which is awesome. That had the best drink I had there. So they also what I like about California Adventure, and maybe this is the alcoholic in me talking, but they let you walk around with alcohol in the park. You can buy and purchase it openly. You can only get alcohol at one place in Disneyland, which is actually this is the cool part, is they got a cantina from Star Wars in Galaxy's Edge called Oga's Cantina. It's the cantina from the very first Star Wars where Solo shoots Greedo. Um,
And where that criminal gets his arm cut off by Obi-Wan Kenobi, yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I thought I heard honking. I'm sorry.
No,
I hope
you're
my air
good.
conditioning,
You're good.
I hope my AC isn't like getting on the mic or anything. Do
I
you hear it
mean, it's a
vibrating?
it's a soft hum, but it's fine. I'm mostly worried about like boosting up the audio after the recording because I've done some tests before and it's a little softer, kind of recording with the audio. So I might just like play around with the audio settings just to like boost it up a little bit, so that way enhances the audio.
Sure thing, sure thing. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So like in California Adventure, you can get alcohol. So they had these drinks at the elemental table that were like two margaritas. There was an H2O Rita for Wade, and there was an exothermic one for Amber. And so that was supposed to be a spicy margarita. The H2O Rita was something really sweet. It was really good. It was awesome. It had like candy rocks as garnish, which were actually the worst part of the drink. But like the drink itself was awesome. And then like we had cocktails from Gusteau's, and we had cocktails from we got an Irish cream cold brew from this one restaurant in California Adventure, and then we got what was the other drink we had? We split a Paloma at lunch, so that was dope. Yeah, it was just but it was a busy weekend, so I was tired, and like I was exhausted on the drive back up on Monday, and I'm already halfway through the work week now. So, but yeah, my May
Yeah.
was just like a lot of vacations on and off, doing hella stuff. There was there was a beach day on both coasts. There was one on the East Coast, one on the West. That was cool. Very summer. How was your past month been?
Um,
I've been rambling for the last 20 minutes, 15 minutes, I think.
no, no, no. Feel free to ramble, man. You got an active lifestyle. You definitely did a lot more than me. I mostly have just been going to work and then home, and then finally set up my gaming PC, so I've been playing Baldur's
Well,
Gate
that's what you spent.
3.
That's what you spent all month doing. I mean, tell us about setting up a PC, man. I mean,
Yeah, so
that's
I had
why
to
we had
go.
to take a hiatus.
I had to take a hiatus to go pick up the PC, then bring it back here, wipe out all the files from the previous computer setup that I have. Uh, well, wipe the files from the actual hard drive after backing them up onto the cloud. Obviously, I'm not an idiot.
Yeah,
Uh,
of course. Don't lose your files. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I set up the computer all by myself: monitors, keyboard, mouse, actual PC, everything. Which was pretty impressive. I've never done that before, but it was like bing bang boom. It was easy as fuck, which is great.
Nice, nice.
And then pretty much had to like play around with it for a while to like get familiar with the whole system, with the graphics card that does all the gaming stuff. And then once I got a handle on that, I downloaded Baldur's Gate 3, and I've along with some other games too. I was gifted Rainbow Six Siege from our friend Chris, so now I have that.
Nice, nice.
I have Multiverses because that's free to play. So because Brandon McMillan, you know, the guy we used to know in high school, he plays it a lot.
Yeah,
And I'm friends with him on
yeah.
Steam, so yeah. Or no, not Steam, Discord.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then finally just downloaded Helldivers 2 as previously mentioned, so I'm definitely going to start playing that at some point. So probably the rest of my summer is going to be booked with either D&D that we play through 5th edition or Baldur's Gate 3 and Helldivers. So yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
real, dude. I feel that.
It's pretty much a majority of what my summer is going to be now, and I've been enjoying Baldur's Gate 3, but boy, oh boy, have I been doing some interesting decisions in that game. Holy shit.
What have you been up to, man?
So in the game you can collect companions and that also act as like party members. Unless if you're playing online with friends, then it takes up the slots that you would have for these, characters that you find and collect in. So, one of the few that you can collect is Asterion, this rogue vampire type dude.
Mhm.
People love that character. I was role playing as my character Zephyrin because he's a paladin. So when he first realizes that Asterion is like trying to drink his blood because vampire, he kept a secret until that very moment. My character, I was given the option to either let him talk it out or attack him, and I just went straight for the attack. So I literally killed Asterion like first night after realizing that he's a vampire, and my friends were like, "Did you really just do that?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's a fucking vampire. My paladin character would not stand for that.
That's true, man. You gotta play the character, dude. You gotta play the character. That's what
Yeah.
that's what my paladin does in my D&D campaign.
Exactly. But then I also did some other decisions that were kind of a little based, if anything.
What did you do, man?
Well, we went to this encampment where there's like tieflings and druids that populate the entire camp. But the leader of the druids, Kaga, this bitch, I swear to God, this bitch, almost killed a child because it managed to like take an idol of theirs just to try and keep the druids from like performing a ceremony that would then have the tieflings leave. So she tried to delay the ceremony to stay there longer because it's a safe place. I'm like, oh, that's kind of sweet, I get that. But Kaga wanted to fucking kill her, a child, mind you.
Oh my god, dude.
So I'm just like, nah, I ain't gonna stand for that. I'm gonna make sure this shit doesn't happen. Alright, and I did. And then later, when I got the opportunity, either go look for the previous leader of the druids to reinstate him as the leader, and hopefully keep the peace between the druids and the tieflings, or just follow the leader of the tieflings' advice and be like, hey, you want to go kill Kaga for us? I chose the easy option. I'm going to go kill Kaga. And then by doing that, I unintentionally got all the druids killed and a good portion of the tieflings killed.
Jesus, dude.
I mean, a lot of them survived, so there is that. But I'm just like, wow, my paladin is really just Deus Vult.
Deus Vult.
And then at a certain point in the game, I gave a grieving widow her undead husband, who was a zombie. I should have killed him. I should have, because he's a zombie. He's a perversion of nature itself.
Read the room, man.
But I was also thinking, because, okay, like both me and my character basically just learned that like her brothers died trying to get her to not do a deal with a hag to bring her husband back, which was the ultimate end game of the hag anyways, to bring him back as a zombie because she's a fucking genie basically. It's like, oh, you want to bring someone back from the dead. Okay, I hear you. There you go. Boom, zombie. Not exactly what you're expecting now, huh?
It's fucked, man.
But I'm just like, in the moment, I'm just like, she's clearly grieving. I can't let her lose anything else in her life. She already doesn't have a family. She has a kid on the way. Her fucking husband's kind of back, and he's under some control because of the wand that was used to bring him back. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just give her the wand, and she can walk off with her zombie husband.
Jesus, man.
But by doing that, I
Okay.
opened my character up to breaking his oath.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like imagine if you're in grade school and like a teacher like sees you doing something bad, they slap your hands with like a yardstick. I got the
Yeah,
slap
like
on the hands with the yardstick. I haven't been sent to the detention office yet, but once I do, then that's where I break my oath. So
Oh my god. Wait, so what do you mean you got a slap on the hand, man? Did you get like punished for that?
yeah. My character had like a crushing pain in his heart. A knight appeared out of nowhere and said, "Hey, you're close to breaking your oath. Watch it," and he just
Oh.
disappears.
Oh jeez. Oh, you got like a warning, bro. Be careful,
Yeah.
man.
So I'm just sitting here thinking, I kind of want to see him break his oath just to see what that would look like.
Bruh.
Yeah, and plus I don't think Chris or Edwin, who I'm playing with in this game, like I don't think they've seen an Oathbreaker Paladin walk around in this game before, so it would be a new sight for them, I'll tell you that. And plus, I feel like that would kind of be the route he would take because of all his decision making up until now. He is clearly like Anakin going to the dark side, so I could just blame it on the tapeworm that he has in his brain. Like
that's the path you're taking him on. I see.
exactly, especially since I've been taking other tadpoles, or no, yeah, and then feeding it to the one that's in my head, and then giving myself, mind flayer powers.
What the fuck are you doing, man?
In the story for the game Baldur's Gate 3, you basically get infected with a mind flayer, like tadpole, tapeworm, whatever, that is gonna slowly turn you into a mind flayer. But there's multiple endings to the game, but in one of the endings you could succumb to the power and actually become a mind flayer.
Oh wow, Jesus.
And I'm just like, I'm going to blame it on that. I'm going to become an Oathbreaker Paladin because I have evil worming around in my brain.
Oh right.
Fucking up my, decision making, like Robert, F. Kennedy Jr.
That's kind of real, honestly.
Yeah. This mind flayer tadpole is eating part of my brain, and now I'm turning
Yeah.
evil.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because Robert F. Kennedy has a fucking worm in his brain. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I didn't process for a second. My apologies.
No, you're good, man. You're good. But yeah, that's how I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3. That's been fun.
You're on some chaotic shit, man. I respect that.
Yeah, although that's funny enough, not the worst thing I've done. Out of all the things I've done, that is not the worst thing. The community would hate me unbelievably if they knew about what I also did in that game.
Before you tell that story, I need to pause because I think I forgot to close the window.
Go ahead.
I feel like a heat on my back. Hold on a sec. I'm just stupid.
No, you're not stupid. Like, shit happens, man. Shit happens. But anyways, so back to the story. So by doing what I did with the druids and the tieflings, I possibly blocked off getting Karlach, one of the most beloved companions you can get in the game, as a party member. So Chris and Edwin were telling me that, and we're just like, we'll see how this plays out. You might have blocked it off, but yeah, we'll see. And then based on the dialogue we have with Karlach at some point, it seems like we did actually fuck that up. So we just decided amongst ourselves, we're gonna hate ourselves for this, but we'll just fucking kill her and then just take her cool shit. So that's what we did. We killed Karlach. Community, Baldur's Gate 3 community, you can fucking hate me all you want. That's how I ran it. My character's a bastard.
Damn, bro. It's like killing the younglings all over again, man.
Yeah. Keep in mind, Karlach is a about 6 foot tall tiefling barbarian, and she is pretty as hell, bro.
Oh, is she the bad one
She's
that
the
I see
bad
online
one.
all the
Yeah,
time?
she
Yeah,
she not bad as in bad, but like baddie, like absolute dommy mommy type shit. Like if you're about to climb that, you about to get fucked snoo snoo style. That's exactly what we're talking about here.
oh my goodness. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you for the explicitness.
no problem. Yeah. Also, I'm pretty
She,
sure she's ADHD coded, but yeah,
what? Why?
because there's a thing that she does when she's not active, she's just dancing and shit.
She's just gotta move.
She's got to
She
keep
just
that energy going. Yeah, and I'm just like that's so fucking ADHD coded.
that is indeed.
No wonder she
Um,
became a barbarian. That's like that's like autism and ADHD rolled into one, man.
the part, yeah. Speaking of dungeon stuff, I've been watching. I caught up on that Delicious Dungeon show. It's so much fun, dude. I'm like, it's so well done. It's so well written, so well animated. It's super fun. It's very D&D. I'm like, oh, this is like, I'll joke like when they're in fights. I'm like, oh, they failed like a reflex save. Like, it's fun, man. It's a good show. Um, I would get on Baldur's Gate 3 if I had a better PC. This PC can barely even run a web browser, dude. I don't.
Oh, that's a bummer, man, because you need a lot of like storage for it. I think it's like what 60, 80 gigabytes, I think.
I need a lot of dedicated RAM.
Dedicated wham.
But I don't have that because this
Yeah.
laptop fucking sucks. So
I will say, once you do get it, definitely look up some strats on how to get some great equipment at literally just the start of the game. Because, so like I said, with the premise, you get infected with a mind flayer tadpole that turns you into a mind flayer at some point, if you let it. Uh, that all happens on a ship filled with mind flayers.
mhm.
So, as you're fighting your way out to land in eventually, the world that you end up in and do your whole adventuring and dungeoneering, if you play it right, you can basically get a very high powered sword from a demon at like level 2, basically.
Oh wow, Jesus.
Yeah, because the Mind Flayers try to escape some attacking Githyanki, which is a race of individuals that they created as slaves, but then retaliated as slaves do, and then decided to spend their entire lives and culture and civilization to killing Mind Flayers.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Also, they ride dragons too.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, the Mind Flayers trying to escape, and they enter essentially hell, So demons start flying and attacking the ship.
Oh wow, Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's wild. It's a wild fucking game. Like,
That sounds chaotic, man. It sounds fun.
yeah.
I like the decision based stuff. Like your choices actually matter. I always like games like that. That's what I like about Fallout. And what else is there?
Well, especially since all your decisions too do affect the party greatly, so you have to have really good communication with your friends if you're playing with your
Hmm.
friends. Otherwise, if you're doing a solo run, you only have yourself to blame.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I will say Shadowheart is great for like a spellcasting companion, but Lae'zel is probably the best if you build her as a barbarian instead of a fighter. Like, she is absolutely fucking insane.
So companions, so like you get to have people if you're running solos, you get to have somebody with you.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you get
Oh,
to pick
okay.
up people like Asterion or Karlach instead of killing them like what I did, apparently.
Right. Naturally.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you get a whole number of companions, pretty much like every single class there is. You get Lae'zel, she's a Gith fighter, Shadowheart, I believe she's half elf, and she's definitely cleric. Weil, he's a human warlock, Gale, human wizard, Asterion, vampire rogue, and then Karlach, barbarian. But you can also actually go to a creepy looking dude that you get in your camp, and you can actually build your companions the way you want to in your preferred, class that you want to assign them and whatnot. So we rebuilt Lae'zel to be a great weapon wielding barbarian, and she's fucking insane.
Oh my god.
I think she's like what, a 50 HP, and she can like cleave so many fools in half. It's insane.
That's awesome, man. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's badass. It's so badass. Viewers out there, if you want to build a great Lae'zel for your own Baldur's Gate, run, fucking barbarian. It's so good.
So when you first start the game, do you get to like Because I've never played it, so you get to design your own character and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You get to pick, as you're building a D&D character, you get to pick race, class, and then what your ability score is. So I went with Paladin, and then I dipped a few levels into Druid. But if I go down this Oathbreaker path, I might just pour a lot more levels into Paladin just to see how that plays out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, you can also multi-class in the game, but you have to be very careful because the leveling up system is it's pretty standard. You pick whatever class you want initially, and then it just sticks to that lane the entire time. But with the next level up that you get, you could also change into multi-class, and then it gets a little bit complicated because your set ability scores do kind of block you off for certain other classes you might not be able to take.
Mm-hmm.
Like, say, if you put everything to strength and then charisma, yeah, sure, you make a great paladin or barbarian, but then you can only stick to something that requires those two ability skills to actually be that class.
Totally.
Yeah. Which, funny enough, both paladin and barbarian actually requires both strength. And then Paladin, I believe, requires strength and charisma to actually multi-class, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. The only reason why you put charisma into Barbarian is to make them intimidating, which I find kind of dumb because they are just basically strength-based warriors. I feel like just your sheer, raw, intimidating strength should just be I don't want to fuck with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. No, but it's been really fun. Big world. Holy shit. It's a lot of stuff to do in that game.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, God, what has this week been like? Yeah, other than work and gaming, not much, to be honest.
Oh, wait, world news. We haven't even... Oh, my God, this happened, just earlier this week.
Yeah.
I forgot about this. The 34 counts... Donald Trump found guilty in all 34 counts of felony charges.
In the hush money case, not in every crime that he's committed, but in just the hush money payments.
Because he has 98 charges, I want to mind you. 34 of them just fucking cleared into felonies. So yeah, it's
8 charges. What the fuck?
I mean, he's been charged. His attorney was charged with felonies. A bunch of members of his fucking little whatever you want to call it.
Sycophants, his group of sycophants, yeah.
His whole group has been are all convicted criminals now. And it's just wild, the responses. I'm like, it's this is the funny thing though, is people are like, oh, how can you be a felon and still run for president, but if you have a felony you can't vote. It's that's because in the Constitution the only real requirements to be president is you have to be what is it, at least 35 years of age or 40 years of age, right?
35 years old, American-born citizen.
Mm-hmm. Natural-born citizen. And that's it. That's all you need. It's just those two things.
Yeah, which is dumb.
But it's also, here's the thing, is the founding fathers never probably considered that the American people would have to pick between somebody and a convicted criminal.
Yeah, because they had a strict culture of gentlemanly nature and debate and whatnot. There's I think there was a time where you could still shame people. You can still ban people from a town, basically.
Yeah. They were very much. They believed in law. I mean, they were pretty barbaric. They had slaves and stuff, so they weren't super civil. They in what they had perpetuated right through writings and discussion, they tried to keep it civil and thought that people could be trusted to keep it civil.
Yeah.
Almost 300 years later, not really, fam. But
yeah.
We'll see what happens. But it's just it's also insane. And then I saw recently a headline that said a sheriff says we need a felon in office. It's a sheriff said that. What the fuck are you on about, man?
That seems so antithetical to your very existence, sir. What are you on?
Oh man, the world is nuts right now.
I guarantee you, it's the same dude that will bust a man's head open for doing something trivial, but then like,
Yeah.
oh, I want a felon in office. I'm like, what kind of gymnastics is going through your head right now? Like,
I saw a post about, speaking of cops. I saw a post about fucking this police force was showing off an armored vehicle that cost like $700,000.
mm-hmm.
This huge thing, right? This huge, pretty much like almost tank. And
Yeah.
someone quote tweeted it saying, they said, "Slaps bumper. You can hide so many cops in this during a school shooting." You know what I mean? Like, um,
I
so
mean, yeah. Hey, I can't blame them. I mean, there's a fucking guy with a gun in there. Do you think I'm going in there? I
get this
say to the
liberal.
man with the proper job and authority, who owns a gun, who can kill someone without anything actually bad happening to them, and they're just gonna hide. Like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, probably scared for their lives for sure. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I might just cut this part out, but like, I'll just say what's on my mind right now. Fucking cops are pussies, 100%, hundred
cops.
percent. They will harass someone who is not threatening, doesn't have a weapon of any kind, but someone fucking crazy, like shoot up a school or a building or whatever, and they just like slink back. They're like, oh shit, no, I'm not going in there. Fuck that.
Yeah, there. It's all about
Yeah.
power control, and when the shit hits the fan, when actual people's lives are at stake, and your job is not being
Yeah.
fulfilled because you can't fulfill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, cops are fucking cowards, man. A
Yeah.
bunch of them are just schmucks who barely fucking graduated high school, but then got like just a few weeks of training, and then became a cop, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's stupid. They're all trigger happy, fucking racist fucks, like
Exactly. Exactly. Until
fuck the
like
fuck
someone who
12.
out crazies their crazy, like, is doing something, they're just like, I don't want a part of that. No, fuck that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Not only
so
that, but
fuck
they're also
12,
like
fuck 12.
scared shitless of getting, or they're scared shitless of ODing on fentanyl just from like simple searches of drugs, that they're having panic attacks that they think is actual fentanyl overdoses when really it's just a panic attack. They're conscious the entire time.
They're stupid as hell, man. They're fucking
Exactly.
idiots.
Fucking morons. Yeah.
Fucking morons. And
Uh,
they're the ones harassing citizens and beating up college protesters and
yeah.
fucking beating up. I saw a video of the NYPD trying to arrest, I think like a 10 or 12-year-old for running a stand without a permit. And it took like a bunch of people to be like, "Hey, get the fuck off of them! Like, what are you doing? Like, it's a child." You know what I mean? Like,
That is insane to me. You would think cops killing child or harming child, just period, like that would lead to something, changing.
well, no, I mean, like, if school shootings haven't done anything to change gun laws, obviously the pro-life fucks don't care about life, so
Yeah.
they're not going to change any laws to try to make police more accountable or improve training. Speaking of school shootings,
Yeah.
as a result, not to get on that topic, but here's a bit of good news this week:
Oh
is
yeah.
Alex Jones was caught on camera crying because he had to sell his ranch to pay for his legal fees, and like, it's the best 30 seconds that you'll watch of your day. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much Schadenfreude that
Oh.
I I can't contain myself. It's fuck him. He like ruined the lives of several people, got people harassed and harassed them himself for years, and he was sued for like what, a total of like 2 billion. So he can go
Yeah.
fuck himself. He deserves to be run to the ground. He's an awful human being. I don't care if it was for a bit. I don't give a fuck what it was for. That was not
No, he's
okay.
a terrible person. He just happened to come in at the right time to like, go from being just some crazy conservative crank on the radio to like being like this dude with actual massive pull, like a big fan base and like a bunch of sycophants who are just doing like whatever he wants them to do. And he fucked that up because he couldn't stop. He just kept going and digging himself a deeper hole when it was just only a matter of time before he got royally fucked. And God, the best 30-second clip I'm gonna watch that fucking clip and probably get so fucking hard off of that. It's gonna be fucking insane.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's
I'm gonna get bricked the fuck up over Alex Jones being financially ruined.
yeah, it's fantastic. It's just the best thing ever. It's
Better than
yeah.
Cialis. I'll tell you that right now. Better than Cialis.
um, what else in news this week?
North Korea and South Korea have been starting some shit with each other, but not in the nuclear way, but in the weirdly kind of prankster way. They've just been dumping trash between each country.
Huh?
Yeah, North Korea has been sending balloons over South Korea that contains well, they quote manure and then regular garbage and rubbish and whatnot.
Oh wait, I think I heard about this shit. Yeah.
Yeah. They claim it's manure, but I'm pretty sure it's human feces. I'm pretty sure it's not animal at all.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, no, they're just dropping like trash and literal shit onto South Korea using big old balloons to carry it over.
Speaking of world tensions that aren't as fun, Putin says he pretty much says he's ready for to go to fucking war. He's like ready to start World War III. He doesn't give a shit. He's fucking seething at the mouth. It's just like tensions are kind of scary, man. The world's kind of nuts right now, and then shit keeps going on in Palestine.
Yeah, no, you got college students. Their college funds going straight to genociding, Palestinians, which is wild. Which I'm I'm not going to get into the whole messy situation of like the Palestine versus Israel situation. Just people dying in general in large waves is terrible, and that should be the main focus point instead of who's right and who's wrong in the scenario. It's just bad.
Can we just be like, hey, wait a minute,
Yeah.
maybe calm down, chill on bro for a minute. We don't have to do
Exactly.
that much, man. You made your point.
Also, being, against, Israel's like militaristic treatment of, Palestine and just literally like trying to genocide them does not make one anti-Semitic. Criticizing them on that, if anything, like it's a terrible situation, and that they should just stop.
It's
Stop
like
killing people.
I mean, it's like they're like, oh, you're being racist to us. It's like you're literally trying to wipe out a whole people, man. And you've been doing this for like decades, man. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
exactly. Like,
This isn't okay, man. Like, just let there be a free Palestine, man. I don't know.
exactly. It's like, yeah, it's.
People should just be nice to each other. It's fun. It's so funny to me that we have so many. I say this every time. There's so much knowledge about how to treat each other, and we're still fucking it up. And we're all just selfish and we're ignorant. We're just doing stupid shit, and we're gonna keep doing stupid shit. So we we do the very thing we needed to do from the beginning, man. Is we just need to
Yeah.
think a little bit, and to think, man, is it's just change. It's not anything fancy. It's just changing your mind. Just seeing the other side of it, trying to understand someone else. I got into a mood today. It was I was conflicted, which was sort of interesting.
Yeah.
I heard on the radio today they were playing "Imaginary" by John Lennon. On the one hand, I'm like, I like the message of the song, and it's beautiful. On the other hand, he beat his wife, his first wife, and then second, the celebrities did that stupid cover during COVID, at the beginning of COVID.
Yeah, so they made the song cringe. So yeah, there is that.
They did make it cringe, and
Yeah.
it's now I can't listen to it without thinking all that stuff. And I'm like, damn, it's actually kind of it's a pretty song, man. It's simple, it's easy.
Yeah.
Just be, I don't know. Yeah, but here's the thing about humans: is we kill the nice people. We kill the journalists trying to tell the truth. They all fucking die. The Boeing whistleblowers. They all fucking die.
Yeah, committing suicide in the parking lot. I'm just like, huh. It's an
The
interesting
day
place
before
to...
they fucking have to testify in court.
Yeah, I'm just like, that's an interesting place to do it. Like, huh. You would think a bit more privacy than that. Okay. Weird.
You think, man? It's a little odd, a little strange, isn't it?
Yeah, a little strange. Yeah. Yeah.
But and yeah, the world is just the world's messy right now.
Yeah.
But And
Oh,
like
on a
he,
side note. Speaking of suspicious suicides, I did see a documentary on Jeffrey Epstein, and it was very fascinating to just learn that he was just a math genius who managed to bullshit his way into a crowd of very rich people. Because he went
huh?
from being a math genius to not actually getting a teaching degree, but still being a teacher. Until they found out, then they fired him. But by that point, he already was schmoozing up with some rich people, and then he started doing some big financial moves for a lot of rich people and whatnot, and that's how he made his fortune and his name for himself as this big, powerful kind of banking financial guy.
Wow.
Yeah, and it also goes hand in hand with some suspicious characters that he was doing a lot of business with that kind of rubbed off this terrible behavior onto him, which was the whole little St. James thing. We all know what he was doing over there. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, we're all aware. We don't need to be explicit about it. I hate that shit, dude.
yeah,
Speaking of hurting kids, man, I watched that Quiet on Set documentary on Max, dude.
oh
Nickelodeon shit.
yeah,
That's crazy. That was nuts to me. Like they like it was there were like two convicted pedophiles working on the set as producers and
yeah,
close to these fucking kids, man. And then it was after that one of them after they got and they served their time and they got fired from Nickelodeon, they got hired for Sweet Life of Zack and Cody on Disney Channel. And during the background check, they were just like, we asked about the legal matter, and he said it was resolved. It was like, what the fuck? You want to look a little further into that? Um,
that's wow. That is insane. That is literally insane.
and he did a lot of horrendous shit. And it's hard to watch and hard to listen to. And then there was some sus shit on the sets, man. Some real weird shit that it's hard to not acknowledge it. You know what I mean? It's just right.
Yeah.
It's right up in your face. It's tough, and it really kind of also poisoned some of my favorite content. I was like, holy shit, man.
Yeah, it's because
Growing up, at least, it was my favorite content. I love that shit.
I know, and then you look back on them now, and it's like, yeah, I can see the cracks, and holy shit, holy fucking shit, damn,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a bummer, man. Life sucks. That's why I
Yeah.
escape and become a violent.
Paladin.
Yeah, exactly, a borderline serial killer.
Jesus, man. Yeah, and then
God.
I
I will say I kind of want to get back to
fucking
my
care
other
about having
playthrough of the
anyone around
game
us.
because at least in that one I'm a bit more of a golden boy. I'm a fucking monk who's gonna dip a couple levels into cleric. So I got the power of God and anime on my side,
Bruh.
bruh. Yeah, because
Bruh.
monks are great. They have two attacks per turn, and they do, even though it's chip damage, it's a little bit each time. It's still pretty fucking great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, no, world sucks. Play more video games, viewers. Seriously.
Play more video games. Go out drinking more. Actually, don't go out drinking more. People don't know how to act in public anymore, man. I don't know. People are weird. I think COVID took a real big impact on that. Made a real bad impact on that.
Yeah, no, I definitely know for a fact that it's had an effect on people because I just survived the International Beer Festival in my area, and holy shit, people just bum rush the store after the festival just wanting more beer. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Holy
Oh,
shit.
you went to that. I saw advertisements for that on
I
Instagram.
didn't went
How
to it, I
was it?
worked it. I worked at the gift shop while that
Oh,
was going on, yeah.
oh boy, that
Yeah.
sounds horrendous.
I mean, it was tough. It was tough, but they seem like really nice people, and they bought a lot of stuff, so I can't really hate them for that. But it's just tough trying to corral that many people while not having a full staff like we used to, which is a bummer.
Totally, totally.
Yeah. But hey, it is what it is. I survived, so the rest of the summer is going to be pretty smooth sailing. It should be. So, and then once fall rolls around, it just kind of drops down to a slow crawl. So yeah.
I feel that, dude.
Yeah, which means more time for Helldivers 2 and maybe Multiverses 2.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
more time for
exactly.
video games escapism.
Exactly. Get good with Shaggy. That way I can be God tier Shaggy.
What?
Oh, because in Multiverses, it's that Warner Brothers game where you get to play as like different Warner Brothers IP, like Bugs Bunny, Tom and Jerry, Shaggy, Superman. Yeah,
That's
Jake the
insane.
dog from Adventure Time,
That's nuts.
and more importantly, Banana Guard from Adventure Time.
Banana Guard.
Yeah.
He's important.
Oh
That's
yeah.
crazy that you can do that.
Oh, and the next new IP that's gonna drop that's gonna be a playable character is Agent Smith from the Matrix franchise.
That's nuts.
Yeah, dude. Can't wait to like stroll in with that character and be like, Mr. Anderson.
Bruh.
Yeah.
No, that's real, dude. I
And then just call humans filthy, disgusting creatures, because that is a monologue that he goes on, so yeah.
Isn't that when he talks to Morpheus when he's like tied to the chair and shit?
Exactly, yeah. He's talking about a filthy, disgusting smell in the air, and he's like, I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it.
Jesus, man. That movie,
Yeah.
the first movie is goated. The other two, and the fourth one, I forgot about that one. I didn't even, bro. First time I tried to watch it, Max crashed on me. They were like, "This movie's so bad, don't fucking watch it." The second time I watched it, I fell asleep through it. I was like, "This sucks."
I think fate is trying to tell you something. God is trying to tell you something.
Not for real, dude. He was. I didn't listen.
Either that or the
Uh,
Matrix is trying to tell you something itself. It's trying to prevent you from seeing the truth. It's preventing you from being red pilled. That's what it's doing.
you know what's a good show with Carrie Ann Moss though is fucking, or a good piece of content I should say, because the Matrix is our movies. But we just started the first two episodes of Acolyte last night because they dropped
Oh,
Disney
nice.
Plus. Shit's nuts. That's
Yeah.
they got a Wookiee Jedi in there. Oh, I'm super excited for the show,
Oh,
dude.
hell yeah, bro.
Shit's gonna rule. It's like 100 years before the events of the prequel trilogy. So it's like it's all the Jedi shit when they're in charge, and like
Yeah,
there's little corners of the Sith, coming up and stuff. It's
yeah.
crazy, dude. It's super cool. It's great. Makes me want to buy a lightsaber.
No, I know that there's two major actors in there because I seen like promo for it on like Instagram, and they mentioned that Carrie Ann Moss is in the show, as well as Daphne Keene from Logan.
Daphne Keene is in there, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm honestly very tempted to watch this. So yeah, because I'm kind of burnt out on Star Wars a little bit. I'm not super invested in it anymore. I still love the idea of the universe and everything, owning a lightsaber, but like I'm just not fully invested with Disney's direction of Star Wars. So
There's a lot of content, but this show is really good. I promise you. And I think
okay,
I need to get back on the Bad Batch. The Bad Batch is really good.
okay, yeah, I do need to get back on that too. I've been kind of avoiding that for a little bit.
There's so many shows. Kate
Yeah.
and I've been trying to watch One Piece, and then we also started. We've also been watching Dungeon. I haven't
Yeah.
watched JoJo for so long. I just finished X-Men '97.
Oh, dude, I fucking loved X-Men '97. Holy
That show was
shit.
great, dude. That show was
Ah,
sick. It was really well animated, really good storytelling. I think it does
yeah.
a really good thing. I probably brought this up before. Is like it grows up with its audience, and I think that's a really valuable thing. Like the people who watched the cartoon when they were kids, they're probably watching it now as adults.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more adult themes and stuff, a lot more going on, a lot of change and transition, and kind of representing how life is and stuff.
Yeah.
And the show, the
No,
same,
and it's
yeah,
funny. It's funny too because like the voice actor for Gambit is like this young guy, and then they have the original voice actress for Rogue, and so he was nervous as shit like doing the role as Gambit because he's like, "You're Rogue. Like your voice is burned into my mind that you're Rogue," and she's like, "No, you did a fantastic job. I love you so much." And they're just you
oh,
can feel the love between the two. I was like, this is great. Like he literally grew up watching the show, and he gets to voice a major character in the series. That's so cool.
they make Gambit goaded in this show for sure. He's goaded in the
Yeah.
cartoon as well, the original cartoon. But yeah, it's great, man. And
Yeah.
oh man, super sick. Anyway,
Yeah.
I believe that's our time. That's been
Yeah.
the hour. We appreciate you guys coming in for the 9 to 5 boys. This is the first episode in the last month. Thank you for the patience to
Yeah.
our 5 viewers, but thank you. Yeah, good night, viewers. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Bye bye.